What is up, Cold Hour fam? Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be breaking down Tyler's new album, which debuted on May 17th, 2019. The album is called Igor by Tyler, the Creator. We're going to break it down, let you know what we think, give it a solid rating as far as Trevor and myself.
As we always do.
So, we hope you enjoy the show. Thank you for tuning in.
This is the Cold Hour.
What is up, fam? This is Mateo, joined here today with
Your boy T Raglan.
And we're going to be breaking down Tyler's new album, Igor. We're excited. A lot of hype behind this album.
A lot of hype.
I went in with very little expectations.
Yeah?
I didn't know what to expect, especially.
I think that's true because it's Tyler. I mean, Tyler's
exactly.
hard to tell.
He's a wild card for sure.
He's a character.
But great album in my opinion.
Fantastic.
I'm excited to jump in and really break this down.
Definitely from the jump. I mean,
the
cover art. I guess we should start with.
The cover art.
The cover art was amazing with his. Is he
his
in the
face?
Wig? Is he in the? No.
It's just his face.
It's just his face.
Yeah.
He's got the gold. What are they called?
Grill.
Oh yeah, he's got the gold grill. He's got the iced out ears, all black. Looks pretty good. I mean, very fancy. All songs.
He pulls it off, and he looks like an Igor in the picture. You know, like it suits it well.
It does fit it really well. And it's like on the front cover, all songs written, produced, and arranged by Tyler Okonma.
Tyler Gregory Okonma.
And on the back of it, I'm gonna read this for them just so that they have an understanding. Igor, which is on the back, it says, Igor, this is not bastard, this is not goblin, this is not wolf, this is not cherry bomb, this is not flower boy. This is Igor. Pronounced Igor. 3 E's. Don't go into this expecting a rap album. Don't go into this expecting any album. Just go, jump into it. I believe the first listen works best all the way through. No skips. Front to back, no distractions either. No checking your phone, no watching TV, no holding convo, full attention towards the sounds where you can form your own opinions and feelings towards the album. Some go on walks, some drive, some lay in bed and sponge it all up. Whatever it is, you choose, fully indulge, with volume. As much as I would like to paint a picture and tell you my favorite moments, I would rather you form your own. If we ever cross paths, feel free to articulate what those moments were for you. Keep it timely, though. I'm not trying to have an Oprah episode. Stink, you smelly mucho. Igor.
I think it's beautifully written.
It is.
I took it to heart. Like I was at the gym when the album dropped, and I was gonna listen to it there, but I knew I wouldn't be fully focused and listen to it as he wished for us to listen to it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came home listening to it like as he said, and it was a great experience.
Fantastic. I did the same exact thing. I didn't know that he had put this out though before. I'm just so accustomed to like listening to an album straight through.
Yeah.
But I did want to give it that attention. Like I wanted to pay attention to what he was doing because I realized it was so artistic. It wasn't just like a normal album. It was just very artistic.
And you have to listen to the album whole just because the transitions between songs like affect the dynamic of the album as a whole.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it needs to. I mean, we can start off with the first song.
Yeah,
and the intro is amazing.
Igor's
theme,
which was like you said, the intro is amazing. All the synths coming in.
Now, I want to know if Tyler made all those synths. Because synths, as a producer, I have some knowledge of synths, and synths are a pain in the ass to like figure out. So, quick sum of what a synth is. It's basically creating your own instrument using a computer. So you manage the way the audio moves, how the wave forms, and how it fluctuates. Whoa. Like you play every role as far as how it plays. Now Tyler,
do you construct the like sound wave in a sense?
Imagine building your own trumpet in the computer or building your own piano. Exactly. So you tailor it specifically as to how you want it to sound on the computer. That's what a synth is to like a really basic
understanding
definition.
Exactly. In a nutshell. I get you.
But that one thing I see with Tyler across all his albums and all like a lot of music that he comes out with is that his synths are very unique.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like they're Tyler's sounds.
You know who else uses synths?
A lot of people. Who?
Well, yeah, but prominently is Kanye.
Ah, true. Very true.
Very
true.
Is Kanye. I know A$AP also uses synths. A lot of artists use synths,
Mm-hmm.
but most prominently that
Kanye.
I got a lot of influence from in this album was Kanye.
Agreed.
I picked up a lot of Kanye off of this. I was like, oh man, that sounds just like Kanye, just like Kanye. So, but yeah, Igor's theme to start off had a bunch of synths. It had interesting vocals that he came out and said who it was because people couldn't figure it out. Some people I'm sure could, of course. There's always those some people, but Lil Uzi Vert.
It was really cool to see. Yeah.
Very interesting.
I'm not a huge Uzi fan, but like having seen like the way he portrayed himself on this song is perfect. Yeah. I think it suited him perfectly.
Fit really well. Really well. And just a quick tidbit about. This is the first collaboration that Tyler's had with Uzi.
Oh, okay.
Their very first.
Okay.
So I think that's interesting to see what they did, what they came up with, and it'd be interesting to see them do something else.
Agreed. It was an incredible duo between the two of them.
And it seems as though not to say that Uzi's in the making of a project, but it seems as though because he released 2 singles, so he might be making a project, and it'd be nice to see Tyler on that. It'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Additional vocals on the introduction track, Igor's theme, is Solange, who's also on other tracks that we'll get to, but she's also on the vocals of this.
How many songs is she on the album?
She is on 3. About 4 or 5 songs.
4 or 5, wow.
4 or 5 songs.
She played a heavy role then.
Her, Santa Gold, Charlie Wilson are all on this album quite a bit, quite heavily. Very R&B, soul, funk driven.
I feel like none of them take over the album either.
No.
Like they're well spread out enough to where like the album is like in its sound in and of itself, you know? Definitely. Like it's not overly done by either of the artists.
Right. And I like the fact that like I didn't go into tracks like if I saw that Cardi was featured on a track, like let's say I go into an album and I see like Travis Scott featured, I'm gonna go to that track first. I'm gonna listen to that track first because I'm like, oh, this must be a banger. Like I gotta listen to it. Yeah. So I kind of like the fact that he didn't listen.
It was unbiased.
Yeah. You are able to listen to it in an unbiased fashion where you can just enjoy what is there and what
make your own opinions of it, like he said. Like he said,
it's really interesting. So I really liked the first track was a great opening. The next track is Earthquake.
Biggest hit. As far as people have seen it, it's new. It's new still.
It is.
Earthquake. Earthy. Earthquake was definitely the one that hit off right off the bat.
Right, that's the big one that everybody's drawn to it. It rings with a lot of people. So
I think it was a strategy taken by Tyler, though. I think
you think so?
It's the only one with the music video out.
That's true.
And he's only ever dressed up in the blonde wig to promote that. So it's the one that he's definitely taking the most time to put most attention into.
Yeah.
I think Puppet is his next move as of right now.
That's a good.
It's
prediction.
only
I like that.
I think
very different from Earthquake. Very different.
Oh, I think the whole the album as a whole has like the main central theme of.
Oh, definitely. It's connected, but just different.
I get what you're saying.
To the point where like it's not like, oh, okay, well this is the same sound. I'm getting a different sound with Puppet.
Yeah. But I think the next music video that's gonna come out is probably gonna be Puppet.
Yeah.
My prediction. Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
But the reason Earthquake blew up like it did was because Tyler maneuvered it in such a way that like he wanted that song to be the biggest coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's got Cardi on it. It's got.
And it does, bro. Cardi kills it.
Cardi's verse kills it.
I've seen a lot of the memes talking about how Playboy Cardi comes in and like it's just people floating, and I feel it, bro. Honestly, I really feel it.
It really is. It's just like that. I haven't seen those memes, but it's just
they're pretty
like
funny. Oh my god, I saw one and it was like typing what they thought Playboy Cardi was saying, and it was just a whole bunch of mumble shit. It was funny, bro. Shit sent me.
I'm gonna have to check that out. It was
funny.
Sure. You have to send me some of that.
It was pretty funny.
And then you got Charlie Wilson, who's also on this track and other tracks to come. He's known by Uncle Charlie. He's been on a couple of Kanye tracks. He's been on Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb.
He was on a track with that. I think he was probably on Flower Boy too, but he's also been involved with Tyler before. They've collabed before, and he's collabed with some other artists. Pharrell's another one. Snoop Dogg he's collabed with.
Okay.
Very soulful artist. So that's a good track. I mean, Earthquake was a solid track.
Really yeah, solid track.
Next track.
Earthquake I think was originally supposed to be written for Justin Bieber.
Earthquake was too.
Yeah, Earthquake and I think it was Earthquake. Written for Justin Bieber and Rihanna, if I'm not wrong. I read something online that said that it was supposed to be tailored to them. Yeah, and they both turned it down.
It's crazy to see that happens a lot in music where artists like the song Umbrella wasn't written for Rihanna. It was actually written I think for Neo.
Oh,
if I'm
really?
Not mistaken. Yeah. And Rihanna took it on. I don't know who it was written for, but it was.
Well, it works out well. Rihanna. It worked. In this case, it worked
out well. It worked out really well.
But I wouldn't have minded to see Justin Bieber actually on this song.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting. Like Maria, I'm Drunk.
Yeah.
Like I'm not super big into Justin Bieber, but Justin Bieber on that song is incredible.
He kills it on that song. On a couple of songs, he does kill that. He's on a couple other Travis Scott songs too.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of which ones. I thought he was on another one. Oh no, that's Nav on.
Oh yeah, that's
I can't think of what it's called.
Travis Scott. Yeah, I know.
But he's on another Travis Scott song. Correct. And he collabs very well. He contributes a lot to the artist. Next song was I Think. That's the third track, which has Solange on the vocals again. Solange is on there again. Good track. I thought it was a good transition from Earthquake because it was different, but it wasn't too far.
It's more upbeat.
Yeah, it is more
upbeat. It gets you bumping.
Yeah,
up and down.
I think I'm falling in
love.
Like
it makes you want to dance.
It does. Like,
it's got a groovy feel to it.
Right. Which is, I mean, this whole thing it was like a mix of emotions because like it's almost ups and downs, which is like what you go through when you are getting involved romantically with somebody or engaged with romantically with anything. Is it's a roller coaster. You know, you have your ups and downs with anything. And so going from Earthquake, which was like a very not somber but just like not sad but more slow melodic, going to an I Think, which is more hard. You have that hard bass coming in, that boom 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 coming in. It was a good mix. I thought it was a really good mix.
Yeah, Solange's vocals are incredible.
The way he uses the vocals of these people is very interesting because he doesn't just use them.
He arranged the entire thing himself, which is if you don't focus on that, it's a big job to take on. You know,
the mixing engineer his name's Neil Pogue.
Okay,
Pogue. I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name.
Pogo stick.
Pogo stick. It's spelled Pogue.
Okay.
But he was saying on an interview with not Verified, what is this that I'm looking at? A Genius. With an interview with Genius, he was saying that Tyler uses the vocals more as an instrument than a voice.
Well, if you're looking at it in that way, they are instruments. They are. Like singing is a instrument that people learn how to play. You know, most people don't learn how to sing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting because you never really think about that. You see somebody featured on a song, you think they're going to say something. You know, like Cardi had his verse. You know, he's not just using Cardi's voice. He has a verse. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he uses that with Solange and Charlie Wilson and even Pharrell. He uses Pharrell's vocals too.
Pharrell's an incredible singer.
He's amazing.
I love Pharrell.
Pharrell's an amazing artist.
He's been around for a minute too.
He has. We're gonna have to look at some Pharrell work for sure.
Hell yeah!
Just to really embrace and appreciate what he's done because I think some people don't acknowledge how great he is.
He's a goat in the music rap world.
He really is.
He's had a really heavy impact.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about all the stuff that he's contributed.
Dude, he made a Britney Spears banger. I forget what it's called. But
he made so many hits.
Yeah,
He's worked with countless artists, and every single thing that he puts out is amazing.
He's not enclosed in a box either. He's pretty free to do whatever he wants.
No, not at all.
And that's one of the things that really stood out to me in this album is that Tyler, it's not a rap album. You know, I don't even know what genre to classify it as.
Yeah.
It's its own thing.
Its own realm.
Yeah, and to touch up on one big thing that I noticed, and one thing that I really liked on the album was that he's really vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like he exposes parts of himself that like I know he wasn't comfortable with, you know? Like he's more open as an artist to just let himself creatively make something. And
it's like he's not sticking to what he used to do, and he's like expanding and trying something different. And I was reading something, it was a Kanye line. It said, take advice from 50, and if they hate them, let them hate and watch the money pile. And 50 had to change his style. You know, Kanye has to change his style, and Tyler's just he's learning from that. The fact that like he can't do the same shit. You know, people get tired of the same shit. And if he sticks to that same shit, people will just get tired of him. And so whether that's an attempt to do that or this is just what he wants to do, it's the right move.
Well, like, it's funny you say that, because I was looking at a tweet that he put it out. Someone tweeted at him, it was like, yo, Tyler, I miss your old shit. And he replied back, and being Tyler, just like who he is, he was like, oh, what do you mean you miss my old shit? It's still out there. You can go listen to it if you want to, you know?
Exactly. Nothing's different. Like all that stuff is still there. Like you can listen to that as many times as you want. I'm here to test myself, you know, musically, and see how far I can push myself and do what I want to do differently. And it's cool. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing it. Even with another artist who did that was Rocky, A$AP Rocky, with Testing. These people are artists as much as they want to be, and they're going to do something experimental and try new things all the time. What's wrong with that?
I feel like this project was Tyler's Testing. Yeah. You know? Like, it's just... I think they dropped around the same time, right?
I think so.
Like, legit, probably the same month, if I'm not wrong. And it just... It worked out better in Tyler's favor as opposed to Rocky's. Definitely. Now, it's a hit or miss, you know? Tyler went in not knowing if he was going to have the feedback he got, you know? Yeah. It worked out for him. It could have
been the total opposite.
Yeah, it could have been a flop. Could have been a flop.
Could have been terrible. I don't know if you listened to Kanye's Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I have.
I was wondering if you think this is like Tyler's version of that.
I think so. Yeah? Yeah, I saw your note on it, and I agree.
Did? Yeah. I feel like it's like that for him. Like this is his version of that. And that's my favorite Kanye album.
Is it really?
That is my favorite Kanye album. Yeah. That one's like, that's it. So far. Yeah. I don't know what Kanye's up to or what he's going to do. So that kind of gives you a hint as to how I value this album. So, but yeah. Next, it's more of an interlude, not so much a track. Exactly What You Run From, You End Up Chasing, which has the comedian Jared Carmichael on it. He does a lot of other interludes, intros of songs, outros of songs on this album. He did the interview of Tyler for his last album, I believe, which was Cherry Blossom?
Cherry Bomb.
The Cherry Bomb. That was his last album?
I think Flower Boy.
Flower Boy was his last one. I get it mixed up.
Was it? Yeah, Flower Boy was his last one then.
Flower Boy was his last one. He did an interview for Flower Boy.
So on Exactly What You Run From, You End Up Chasing, he says, exactly what you run from, you end up chasing, like you can't avoid, but just chasing it and just like trying, giving it everything you can. There's always an obstacle. How do you feel about that?
It's interesting because it feels so true, but at the same time, it's like, it sounds like an oxymoron, like a paradox. I mean, it is a paradox. Exactly what you run from, you end up chasing. Like, you're running from it, but you're literally running at it, running towards it.
I feel like I understand in a sense because it's weird, and I'm gonna get deep and personal here when I say this. That like I'm running from a said female individual, right? Like I'm done, and I want to get out of like that idea of said person, right? Right. But at the same time, I'm doing everything I can and pushing myself in the direction for me to like get back at that person, not in a nefarious or like evil way, but like to put myself in a position where I could achieve or grab said thing, you know? You get what I'm saying?
The way that
it's weird. It's so weird.
The way I think about it is like, did you ever see the first Harry Potter movie?
I have.
Where they're in the devil's snare.
Okay.
And they're like trying to get out, and they can't because like the harder you struggle, the worse it's gonna get. Yeah. That's the way that I think of this, is that the more that you are trying to get away from something, the more it's even in your head.
Mm-hmm.
The more like the fact that you feel like you need to get out of something even more and more,
mm-hmm.
the more you're even thinking about it. The fact that that's even coming to your thought. That was the way that I thought of it, but.
Well, it's different here because it says you end up chasing it.
Yeah,
like, you know, like
you're stuck.
Exactly.
You're actually
going after it. Yeah.
I don't know.
He says there's always an obstacle, which is true, bro. And this is the mentality I've brought upon you with this cold hour: is that there's problems, it fluctuates.
All the time.
There's always going to be an obstacle. Like, one thing I've noticed as far as like life lessons and stuff is that, like, no matter what project or what thing you're going to chase or what dream you're going after, it's always a lot harder than you expect. So if you go in with that mentality of like knowing it's going to be harder than whatever you're prepared for, you're pretty much ready, just because you know what to gauge and you know what's coming at you.
Yeah, you don't want to be naive when facing anything. You want to try to face things eyes wide open and
ready for what life's got to throw at your way.
Absolutely. Next track is Running Out of Time.
Running Out of Time.
Yeah, I like that. That's I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite track on the album, but it is one of my favorites for sure. It's got the Run DMC sample. The song that they sample is Hit It Run. Hit It Run. Where it's like run in the background. Jesse Wilson is on the vocals along with Tyler. But yeah, it's running out of time.
It's melodic. It's catchy.
It is catchy. I think.
Keep in mind that Tyler wrote all these songs too.
Yeah,
which is pretty impressive.
It is. It is. But I mean, it is very impressive. Even the fact that I think the most impressive thing is that the verses aren't a lot. Like, he's not saying a lot in the verses, but he is saying a lot with the verses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're all solid tracks, all really solid tracks. The next one is New Magic Wand.
Now, the switch between, because Running Out of Time has a super like mellow like feel for it, right. But this is where, again, the arrangement, the fact that Tyler set up this entire like album and the way it's structured, the switch up from Running Out of Time to Magic Wand is dope, because it goes from like this mellow feel, and he's playing the audience, you know, he's like, all right, they're having a good time, banger, and it's the what's it called, New Magic Wand. It's probably the one that bangs the most out of the whole album.
Yeah, that one definitely bangs.
So
for sure.
Yeah, that switch up, that initial end of Running Out of Time into New Magic Wand is dope. Like that was a really well done transition.
That switch up was because it was abrupt, but it wasn't
harsh.
I didn't feel interrupted.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like my mood was interrupted, which is really important, because there's some tracks where it's like you're like in one zone and then they try to take you to another zone and you're like, wait, like
what happened?
There was no transition in that, and I still felt like the transition wasn't too harsh at all by any means. And New Magic Wand was actually a pretty good track too.
It was a banger.
All these tracks are really good. Like,
yeah,
they're not. I don't get tired of listening to them. I mean, I listen to this album. This is probably my 7th time listening to the album all the way through.
I can't tell you how many times I've listened to it.
And it's still like I still enjoy every single one. It's like I'm going on a trip every single time, and it's just great. It's really enjoyable. But yeah, New Magic Wand is definitely it slaps for sure. That's the one that's gonna be bass.
Yeah, that's the one that slaps. I hope he comes out with some weird, quirky music video for this.
Something for that. It's got to be something weird for sure. Next one is A Boy Is a Gun.
A Boy Is a Gun.
What do you think about that title?
All that comes into mind is the fact that a boy tries to impregnate a female. That's what comes to mind when I think of it, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's interesting around this craze of like pro-life and all that. With I think it was Alabama or Texas. I don't know.
It was Alabama.
Who just passed that really aggressive abortion law.
Yeah.
It's interesting that this song is What's Up.
Oh, boy.
Because he released this album. This was released on not Mother's Day, but the week of Mother's Day.
this was my least favorite song on the album.
A Boy Is a Gun?
Yeah, and it's funny because I was talking to my cousin about it earlier, and he said that this was his favorite song on the album, which is weird. It left
really
me thinking.
Like this song too much.
The reason is that I feel it's a little out of place based on the entire album.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was listening in like yourself, we've been listening to it on like a casual like basis, but still listening to it all the way through. When A Boy Is a Gun comes up, like it kind of like it's like playing a wrong note.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like you're playing the note of C and then F sharp pops up and you're like, wait, what? You know? But it wakes me up. I don't know. It's in my opinion, it wasn't my favorite, but for my cousin it was. Right. You know, which is weird. Yeah. Really weird.
It is. Yeah, that's interesting. Real quick to go back, New Magic Wand had Santigold, Jared Carmichael, and Tyler on the track. Okay. And then A Boy Is a Gun has Solange on the vocals again. Mixed in, not just like on the vocals, but also with Tyler
within the track
and harmonizing on the track. And so she's on it. Santigold's on it quite a bit. They're both on it quite a bit. But yeah, that one was whatever. It wasn't my favorite, but it's not like,
I wouldn't say it's a filler either. Like it's part of the album because it suits the album. It's just a wrong
itself.
Yeah.
It could on something else.
I just don't know how to feel about it. I'm indifferent.
The thing is if you take it out, the album would feel incomplete.
That's a good way to put it. That's an excellent way to put it. Yeah.
It just can't be taken out. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
The next track is Puppet, and that has Sir Kanye on it.
Sir Kanye.
Sir Mr. West on this.
Now, before having known Kanye was on this track, this was my favorite track.
Oh, before even knowing that.
Before even knowing. This was my favorite song out of the entire album. It's so good. I don't know.
It is. I've learned to appreciate it because at first I was like, it's whatever.
At first as well.
I was like, it's whatever, and I never really gave it a second listen.
Yeah.
I just I let it play, but I wasn't like listening to it, and so I didn't really appreciate it. But then I remember we were in the car and you had played it, and it was playing, and I was like, oh man, this is dope. And and I had learned Kanye's on it. I was like, oh, okay, like Kanye's part's in here. Like, where's Kanye's part? And then Kanye added onto it.
I didn't even notice. Like, you can't tell it's Kanye right off the bat.
You can't. But it was that was a good track too. That's the one that you said's gonna come up with a video.
I think so. Yeah? I think Puppet's his next move. At least I hope so. One? I think so.
For a video.
For a video, correct. And well, one reason I got put onto Puppet was because I saw him tweeting about it too. He's like, "I'm your puppet," and that's all he tweeted, you know. So I feel like he's tied to this song.
Right.
I feel he has a bigger feel for this one than just being like its own, you know.
Santigold, Jesse Wilson, and Jared Carmichael are also on this track with the vocals. Just for you guys who are taking notes, wondering who's on.
You better be taking notes. Yeah, take those notes.
I want pictures of the notes that you're taking.
We're gonna be grading your notes.
Grading them. You're gonna get a report card at the end of this year.
Anyone below C is definitely getting dropped.
Yep. Sorry.
You're out.
You're out. Next track is What's Good. With that also has Lil Uzi on it, CeeLo Green, and Slow Tie, who's a up and coming UK artist. He has a song with Skepta, I believe.
Does he?
Yeah.
I love Skepta. Skepta is dropping an album this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Check for Slow Tie. Slow Tie might be coming on there.
Yeah, he is dropping. Ignorance is Bliss, I believe. Yeah.
Ignorance is Bliss.
Yeah.
Kendrick has a song, Ignorance is Bliss.
Let me double check that because I'm pretty sure.
Great.
Yeah. Skepta's dropping an album this week, Ignorance is Bliss. He already has songs Bullet from a Gun out and Grease Mode out.
Huh.
Skepta's the shit.
Skepta is the shit.
But I digress.
Yeah, he has a song called Inglorious with Skepta.
Who, Tyler?
Slow Tie.
But
yeah, might have to check that out for sure. I might check that out because that sounds dope. But yeah, that's What's Good. What's Good was pretty good. It has CeeLo Green on the vocals with the chorus, which is good.
He has a line that this line stands out because I'll be listening to it and then Tyler's like deep bass voice comes out. He's like Dracula, 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 and I don't know what he means of it, bro. Like I listen to it. I'm reading it now. Yeah. He says it in the song. He's like Dracula, Dracula, Dracula. Suck me first. I might get back at you. And I'm reading on it now. What do you make of it?
On What's Good?
On What's Good, yeah.
Second verse.
What's Good? Third verse. It's him and Slow Tie.
Yeah. Dracula, suck me first. I might get back at you. I see the light. Oh no. Is that shit cool? Change the aperture. I feel like I have to listen to it in context.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to listen to it in the song. Reading it though.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
It's weird. This is a weird bar.
Well, then again, Tyler always makes weird bars.
That's true.
I like how he's created so many personas in each of his albums.
Yeah.
You know? Like Wolf, Goblin, Cherry Bomb, and what's his other one?
Flower Boy?
Flower Boy. They're each different personas.
They're very different.
They're each their own individuals.
They're very different. They're all very different, all very unique in their own way. Yeah, that bar is Dracula.
Yeah, right? I didn't know what to make of it.
Suck me first, I might get back at you. Suck me first.
That's such a Tyler thing to say, though.
Suck me first just sounds derogatory. So I immediately want to think like, oh, he's talking about like, suck my dick first.
Yeah. So he's saying that if Dracula sucks his dick, he'd suck Dracula's dick.
I might get back at you. I might get back at you.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny. I'm gonna have to listen to that again because now I'm interested.
Yeah, right. I only bring it up because I'd be listening to it and like there's a flow to the song and like Tyler comes out of nowhere, he's like Dracula. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
That's pretty funny. Dracula. But yeah, that's What's Good. After What's Good is
Gone. Thank you.
I thought this was a song that you were talking about.
No, just kidding. This was my favorite. And then it was Puppet.
Yeah,
this one was my favorite.
This one was your favorite?
It's such a fun song.
This one is.
I feel a really heavy Pharrell type influence on it.
It's got CeeLo Green on it. CeeLo Green.
Bro, I love CeeLo. I love CeeLo.
CeeLo Green makes the song very well.
And it's funny because Pharrell isn't even on it.
It's a 7-minute song.
Is it?
It's 6 minutes and... Let's see.
6
minute song.
It's
6 minutes
two
and
songs.
15
It's two songs
it's
in
two
one.
Songs in one, but it's a 6-minute song. Longest song on the track, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. Every other song is like under. Well, other than Are We Still Friends, is under 4 minutes.
But this definitely was my favorite song right off the bat. I still enjoy it. It's such a fun.
I can play that without listening. Like I can play that by itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
Most of the tracks I can't really play, but that one, Puppet, Running Out of Time, and then Earthquake, I can play it by themselves.
Agreed. Are We Still Friends? I could
do
listen
that
to,
too,
and I Don't Love You Anymore as well.
I don't know about I Don't Love You Anymore, but Are We Still Friends? I don't. I say I don't know because I don't remember it.
Okay.
I can remember all the other ones, how they sound, and I know. Oh, okay, like
they're memorable.
Exactly.
I get
can
you.
Pick that out and listen to it. But going into I Don't Love You Anymore.
Wait, I still want to talk about Gone, bro.
Oh,
it's such a fun song.
Talk about Gone. Thank you.
I just wanted to say it was really fun. We can move on.
It is.
I just wanted to say that it was fun one more time.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
I Don't Love You Anymore has Charlie Wilson, Jesse Wilson, and Solange. That one has my favorite line on it. It says, "I know my shit is bumping. It's eczema."
That's funny.
That's just so funny. I put literally in the notes. I put, "I know my shit is bumping. It's eczema" in quotes, and I put LOL.
That's pretty funny.
Because that was pretty funny. I thought that was a really funny line.
I love unique lines like that. Like it takes creativity, you know. Like it's not like this is what sets Tyler apart and his whole crew. Because Earl, my favorite rapper, and
you made that comment.
I don't mind him.
Statement,
bro. He is my favorite.
That's a statement. That's not even a comment. That's
Earl,
a statement.
yeah, bro. Earl sweatshirt, but I'm not salty at the fact that he wasn't on it. You know, just like because they're so cool that I don't expect them to be on it. You know,
he wasn't on it. Frank wasn't on it.
True.
Rocky wasn't on it. Jaden wasn't on it.
Yeah.
All those.
That's crazy.
That he fucks with heavy.
Rocky's a surprise.
I thought
because
Rocky
fits the mood on the album.
I thought he was for sure going to be on something.
Yeah.
I think I Don't Love You Anymore, he would have been on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was like his song to be on it.
I think from Tyler's perspective,
I'm running out of time.
Rocky, he's only comfortable with rapping, so that's like what he would have brought to the table. You know, I don't know.
Cuddy,
I don't know what to say. he would have fit this one as
well
too.
Cuddy would have fit it perfect.
Bro, him on Earthquake would have been dope. Would have been really cool. Yeah.
That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. Last track Are we still friends? Are we still friends?
I don't know. Are we?
Are we still friends?
Yeah, it's weird. It's that question.
Got Pharrell on it.
I know there's a line in here that he said that I really like.
Al Green, throwing it way back, sampling Al Green. And he's got Jack White from the White Stripes with a guitar solo on there.
Wait, we skipped on the comedian. What's his name again?
Jared Carmichael.
Yeah. What song does he say that it's wasted potential? Or he talks about wasted potential?
Oh, you wrote it down.
Where was that? God damn it.
And now we're going to have to look for it. Oh, here we go. It was late. It was like...
I think it's on I Don't Love You Anymore. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, wasted potential is so frustrating.
I just want to find that quote because I really liked it. Like it's
a great.
It resonates, man. Like I think it might have been Gone Gone. Thank You. Let me see.
I'm looking at I Don't Love You Anymore.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I Don't Love
Gone
You.
Gone. Thank You. So the outro for the song, he goes and says, "I hate wasted potential. That shit crushes your spirit. It really does. It crushes your soul." And God, you have no idea how many people I've talked to who are super passionate about what they love to do and the blah, blah, blah. But they're too afraid to take action and go into that direction, you know? Like, and it's wasted potential, you know? Just because they do so well in that field.
They get in their own head about it.
They get in their own head.
They already work out everything that's wrong with it, why it can't happen without trying it.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's sad. It's so
very
sad.
Easy to do, which is the hard part about it, is that it's very easy to do. And you don't have to do anything in order to make it happen. You're your own worst enemy.
True.
At the end of the day.
True.
Anything that you don't do, anything that you say you can't do, won't
it's
happen.
True. Yeah. If you say you can't do it, you're right.
It won't happen. Yeah, exactly. My favorite quote by Henry Ford. I probably said it on the podcast
you have,
already.
Yeah.
And I'll say it again. It's not a matter of whether you think you can or you can't. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact of life. If you think you can't, you won't. Hands down.
So true. So true.
Just goes to this.
Like you already lost the game. No matter what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you go in thinking I don't think I can do this, forget about it.
Yeah.
Like you already lost.
Already lost. Already lost. Half of the time it's about like even with like I don't want to say picking up chicks, but just like having that confidence in yourself without shooting yourself down is important.
Yeah.
You don't want to shoot yourself down before they even shoot you down. They probably haven't even shot you down yet. I mean, you're talking to them, so don't shoot yourself down. It's just part of the game. I
see it more as like projects I've taken on. I've taken on a few projects.
Oh, it's about anything. It's about anything.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is having the confidence and knowing that like it's going to work.
Right.
You know, no matter what. And like he said earlier in the album is that obstacles are bound to come.
Right.
You know, like it's just part of the game. It's just what it takes.
It is. Oh yeah, so we were back on Are We Still Friends, which has Pharrell and all those other people, Jack White, Al Green. But yeah, that's Igor.
Again, Igor.
Great album, in my opinion. I thought it was a great album.
Yeah, agreed. I couldn't agree more.
Do you think it could have been better?
That's a good question.
Like, what do you think he did really good in this album?
Arrangement. I think that's what stood out the most to me is the way he arranged it, and the fact that he wrote it too is insane. The fact there was a statistic that I read. Aside from being a number one rap album, it was a number one. It reached Billboard number one.
Yeah.
It's the first time a rap artist has ever done all the work and made it number one as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the first time an artist has written, produced, and arranged an album and made it to number one.
Wow.
Which is an incredible feat in and of itself. Yeah.
That's
big.
Especially coming like what Tyler came from.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He was like seen as like a troll joke, and now like
he's a professional artist. Like
dude's actually doing shit big.
Yeah.
What do you think it did bad? Like, what do you think? Any room to improve?
Okay, there's always room to improve. Yeah. That's the thing. You can always do something better.
Yeah.
But as an
we
artist,
talked about A Boy Is a Gun being kind of out of place.
But it's like you said, it still fits the album. It still fits the album. Yeah,
you can't take it out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it hits the album negatively. It's kind of just
there.
You know, it's like a wrong note. You know, but which is fine. Like you can't always play a masterpiece. And I remember my cousin's like a really good professional like piano player, and one of the things that her teacher taught her is that like you're bound to play a wrong note as you play. Like you're not gonna play it perfect every time.
Exactly.
Which is fine. You know,
it's
like
about making those. I think the best thing is about making those mess ups look like they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Was this his best?
I think it's his best album
so far.
Topping this would be hard.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't say it's his peak because Tyler's a wild card.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he upped it with if he came out with a rap album that tops what he's done in the past. It could potentially beat Igor. However, out of his 5 studio albums that are out, I think it's his best work so far.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So what do you rate it?
What do you think I rate it?
A 10.
Bro, it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a beautiful ass 10.
Too.
What? Do you really?
I really do.
I
told you, it's like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's very well done.
Damn, dude. Well done. I don't know what to say. It's a 10. I appreciate
the album. I can listen to it literally every day and be fine.
Yeah, you can tell he put in like a lot of time, effort, fucking dedication to make it what it is.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to rate it a 10.
I was on the fence. I really was. But
yeah.
The more I thought about it, the more I've listened to this so many times. I can listen to it front and back all the time, and
I'm still listening to it. Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to it again even after this. Even though we listened to it 3 times before this.
Yeah, we broke it down before this too. Yeah,
and so even then, like I'm gonna listen to it, and I feel like I don't know if I would say it's a classic though.
I think so.
Yeah, you think it's a classic?
So. Yeah. We're gonna be listening to it a year from now. 2 years from now for sure.
Very ballad or somber.
It's different. I mean, if we're looking at it from like a hip hop perspective, it's.
But I definitely would listen to something off of this, like whether it's Earthquake or Run Out of Time or Gone Gone Thank You or Are We Still Friends. Like those tracks will go on. I know that.
Now, given that we both gave it a 10. What are the odds, one, that it's nominated for Album of the Year? And 2, what are the odds it actually wins Album of the Year?
I think the time that is... I think with Album of the Year, it's all about timing.
Okay.
More so than about content. Because if you release very early, you're going to forget about it. Like, I don't think...
Well, I don't think it was very early.
No, it was mid-year, which is a great time. And it's like the beginning of summer, which is good too. I just don't know because there's a lot of people coming out with new music this year.
Yeah, every week, man. Skepta's coming out with his next week.
Chris Brown's coming out with something. Party Next Door just really said he's going to come out with something.
That's exciting.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a new music. I know TDE.
Lil Wayne's coming out with something new too.
Lil Wayne just
just came out with the name.
5.
What's the name? I think it's like. I forget.
Tyga's working
the
on
name
a project.
for it just came out.
I'm for sure Tyga's working on a project. I hope.
Too much.
TDE's
it's a lot of.
A
Kendrick album would be dope.
Dreamville's planning on doing something with J. Cole and Dreamville Records. So a lot of music's coming out. Be ready.
A lot of shit.
Be ready.
A lot of shit coming our way.
2019 because a lot of shit's coming our way for sure.
I feel like it's going to be a competitive year. I hope people up their game.
It will.
And I hope people.
So far, I think it can contend.
So far, with what's come out, what albums have come out, this is my nomination for Album of the Year.
This is great. So far. This is great.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, this is Cold Hour with Tyler the Creator's incredible 10 out of 10 album from the Cold Hour. Igor, if you haven't listened to it, give it a listen.
Please give it a listen.
And give it a listen how Tyler gave it. Or mentioned. Exactly. Give it a listen front to back with no interruptions. Just embrace yourself. Make your own opinions, what you think. If you disagree with us, that's cool, you know. Make of it what you will. But again, highly recommended. Beautiful album. Yeah. Incredible work by Tyler. Really well done.
Very well done. Incredibly.
Yep, this is the Cold Hour. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us next week on, I think, Monday or Wednesday. I don't know. We're working on it. But catch us on our next episode. Thank you. We love you. And later.
We out. Yarr.